Hi everybody, Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder. Today we are in Catoctin
Mountain Park.
Yeah, Catoctin Mountain Park. It's a national park.
It's considered a national historic, yeah.
Right. There's all kinds of history here. But anyhow, we're going on the Blue Blazes Whiskey Trail today. We're going to take you along with us. And we were just out on some short little trails today to help Shannon. She has recently injured herself hurt her back. So we're just getting out and testing the waters to see how well she does even on an easy trail. But we thought we'd take you guys along with us. All right, we are in Catoctin Mountain National Park, just around Thurmont, Maryland area. We're just out for some daily short walks. I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but Shannon hurt her back. If any of you remember back in July, I believe it was, on our trip to Maine, I ended up in the emergency room because of my back. Well, it's Shannon's turn.
My turn.
Yep. So she's hurt her back. So she spent about the last week really taking it easy. And we thought we would get out today here in Catoctin to see on some of the really easy trails how she does. Because you know what? You can't just not go in the woods. It just isn't going to happen. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to turn you around and show you where we're at. All right, so like I said, this is a real easy trail. I brought my grandkids here before, and they loved running around out here. There's a creek. There's an old whiskey still. They got to play out in the creek out here, and there's nobody here, so it's really peaceful today.
Chilly.
It's a bit chilly, yep.
34 degrees.
Yeah, and a little bit of a wind. All right, let's see, as I said, really nice little creek that runs through here. Kids can play in it. All right, again, so it's called the Blue Blazes still. The trail goes back down to the woods here alongside this creek. You can hear the wind blowing. It's pretty chilly out, in the 30s and windy. But, you know, like I said, it's in your blood just to get out. It's in your soul. When you've been stuck at home for a couple of weeks and you've been either bedridden or seriously restrained from your normal activity, you just have to give it a go sometimes. So that's what we're doing. So how you doing so far, Shannon?
Good, slow and steady. It helps to have a patient hiking buddy. So
I don't know who she's talking
Karen,
about.
When she hurt her back, I knew that she was uncomfortable. I had no idea she was this uncomfortable. So
Yeah, and Shannon just said a minute ago she doesn't even have a good story to tell about it.
I don't. Karen's, at least hers was out on an adventure. I mean, not that it's a great story, but
Hers was just out raking the leaves and stuff.
and then did it in at work. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a prelude. So anyway,
listen to your body.
yeah, she's,
When your body starts telling you to slow down, listen to it.
yeah. All right, so on this trail, the Whiskey Still Trail, I believe is what it's called. This is a marquee that talks about what happened here. And like I said, it's talking about, it's called the Blue Blazes Still. And they eventually tracked down the suspects and the moonshiners who were part of this still here and prosecuted them. But you can see some old newspaper clippings. But they had their still way back here in the woods. And that's what we're getting ready to go see. Okay, so as we're walking along the trail and getting you guys up to seeing the whiskey still, what's left of it, the remnants, one of the things we were talking about is for Shannon's recovery was to get out daily, to try to get out on some walks to help her get back on her feet again.
Strengthen those muscles back up.
Right. Because one of the reasons is we have a huge trip planned.
In a week.
In exactly 1 week. We are going out to California. And she doesn't want to miss the boat.
No.
On some of the opportunities to visit some of the things out there. My daughter and her fiance Jessica and Stefan are getting married, so we're flying out there. And they're going to be taking us out and about on some of their favorite trails.
Yeah, we're supposed to be meeting up with Karen's sister and brother-in-law again.
Right, so we'll have some videos coming up of that trip, but we also are going to try to be visiting Joshua Tree National Park. So,
one
you
week
guys
from today.
kind of, stay tuned and check us out. Keep watching, and we'll have some videos coming up about that. But that's one of the reasons that we're out now, is try to get Shannon back where she feels like she's going to be okay getting out on the trails and stuff. But even if we have to go quite a bit slower than usual, that's okay. At least we're out, so that's what we're doing, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So they ran the steel right on this. It's like you're in a V here. There's a creek over on this side over here, and then there's this creek here. So it kind of comes into a V here. This was kind of a perfect spot for them. All right, I'm gonna turn you around here. And this still, this is one of the stills that they had. This tells you how it worked. You can see that. Which I don't know a thing about making whiskey, but anyway. But anyhow, there's the great big still.
Okay, so it was made out of cracked corn, yeast, sugar, and water. Were put in a wooden barrel to ferment. Well, just stick with beer. The solids were removed and the liquid was poured into the kettle and heated over a wood fire. Because alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water, the first steam to pass through the worm was alcohol. None of that sounds appealing.
All right, so I'm going to just take you over here a little bit closer. You can see the old distillery pieces that's left over. And I'm guessing they kept the wood to keep it heated underneath this little slant shed there. Lean-to, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know. Anyway, kind of a cool little area. There's all kinds of little things in the Catoctin area like this that you can go and visit that are still remnants of things that happened in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So it's kind of neat to see. So this is the creek that runs past it. Full of leaves right now. And then it goes up the mountain up here. But you can see the leaves are pretty much down now. This is actually one of our favorite times of year to be out in the woods, because you can see so much, especially in areas like this. Like there is an area in Michaux State Forest. It is a POW camp. And it was once, I think, a Boy Scout or Girl Scout.
A church camp.
It was a church camp, but
Scouts.
yeah. But anyhow, they turned it into a POW camp during World War II. If you go in the winter time, you can see the remnants of the buildings and the fence posts and where they put the flag poles and the buildings and all of that so much easier in the winter time if you go out there. That's why for us we love the winter time, because you can see so much that you wouldn't normally see when the leaves are all in, or you know, the forest is full of greenery. But yeah,
And there's no crowds.
yeah, and that's true. Nobody wants to get out in the winter, but we do. So anyway, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Catoctin area in this particular national park, but it's a really nice little park. There's quite a few nice trails to get on, a lot of old iron ore history, lumber history, and you can still see remnants of a lot of what happened in this area in this particular park, and it's really pretty. Over the winter, it's usually nobody comes up here. We do. We love to come here. But if you're from this particular area around the Thurmont, Maryland area, anywhere in close proximity, you should come visit. It's a area.
Yeah, and the furnace. And one of the first videos that we did was down at Catoctin Furnace, which is just down the road from here. Karen had found it was what, a fairly new trail.
Yeah.
The African American Cemetery Trail.
Right. They discovered the remains of an African American cemetery
When they were putting in the highway.
Right. So they started doing a lot of excavating and research and learning who these people were and trying to connect the dots for family members and so forth.
Yeah, and that not only is to date still one of my favorite videos. Ken did a fantastic job on it. I'll put a link to that. It's just a really interesting area.
Yep. All right, so we're not too far away from the road. We have to cross over the road and then take the path a little bit further down. But this is a real easy little trail, and it's a good way to get out and just stretch your legs and warm up a little bit. And it was good for Shannon. She needed to get out. How you doing? All right, you can see Fran out in the parking lot, so we're almost there. But again, this is just a short little leg warmer. There's another trail at this particular parking lot that we're at. It goes off up to the right, up the mountain over here. It takes you back around over to Cunningham Falls, which is a nice trail to take. It's about 3 miles over and 3 miles back. So it's a nice, good day hike. Not too terribly strenuous, but not super easy either. We like to come out here from time to time to do that one. And then across over there in front of the park ranger's office, or I guess that's maybe a visitor center, I'm not sure. There's a lot of trails that go off of that area as well that we've done. So there's a lot of nice trails through here in this park that you can adventure out on. Okay, so thanks for coming along with us today, guys, and wish Shannon well. Hope she recovers quickly. And like I said, we are getting ready to go to California, so guys, kind of keep an eye out for that. We're going to be doing some videos of our trip out to California and the places that we visit. And
we're super excited.
Yeah, we are very excited. Yeah. So even if we have to go really, really slow,
I'm hoping not.
Yeah. Or we might have to drag Shannon along on a sled.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyhow, guys, we'll see you later. Bye. So like I said, guys, is it? Yep, it's a visitor center. I was right.
Catoctin Mountain Park.
Yeah, because it's called Catoctin Mountain Park, and it does have a visitor center. Nice big parking lot out here. And like I said, there are trails all over the place out here. This particular parking lot, you can get to these trails right here. Okay. And all these trails kind of interconnect with each other here and there, so you can turn these into much larger loops, larger hiking trails if you want to.
Really not a bad one. They're really nice trails.
Yeah, this one's pretty steep. It was the first trail we ever went on, was called Wolf's Rock. I think we did
we shared that horror story too.
Yeah. So again, yeah, that's the visitor center here in Catoctin Mountain Park. And it's a nice little visitor center. Nice rangers. Have nice public restrooms in them. And all right, we're just going to head up the mountain here.